Welcome to the Astana Times YouTube channel. This is Asiel Stubaldna, and here are the top 5 news stories from Kazakhstan this week. From President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's visit to Baku, UNDP's latest report, to the start of Nauryz Celebrations in Kazakhstan, we've got it all covered. Let's dive into the latest headlines together. This week's top headline comes from President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's state visit to Azerbaijan, marking a new chapter in bilateral relations. The two-day visit resulted in the signing of 14 documents. These agreements spanned various sectors including oil and gas, information security, and the development of businesses. As part of his visit, Tokayev met with Azerbaijan's President Ilham Aliyev. The two leaders discussed nearly all aspects of bilateral cooperation. They also focused on such topics as digitalization, food security, and renewable energy sources. Tokayev and Aliyev also participated in the first meeting of the Supreme Interstate Council. One of the highlights of the visit was the arrival of a container block train from the new Kazakh-Chinese Transport and Logistics Center in Xi'an to Azerbaijan's Absheron station via the Trans-Caspian International Transport Road in just 11 days. This achievement underscores the strategic positions of Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan along the corridor as vital transit points between major global markets. The visit of President Tokayev to Azerbaijan is said to have a lasting impact, promising to boost cooperation and foster shared progress not only between the two nations but across the broader Turkic world. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Kazakhstan Murat Nurtleu paid a working visit to Vienna, engaging in multiple key events that highlight Kazakhstan's proactive stance on international relations and global issues. As part of his visit, Nurtleu met with Austrian Minister for European and International Affairs Alexander Schallenberg. They discussed ways to make economic ties between Kazakhstan and Austria stronger, bring in more investments, and improve connections in transportation and green energy. They also discussed visa facilitation to make it easier for people from Kazakhstan to get visas. In a separate event, Nurtleu emphasized the importance of preserving and the strengthening of Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, reflecting on the organization's vital role in addressing contemporary global challenges. He promised that Kazakhstan would keep working to solve the organization's challenges and global issues like energy security, the food crisis, and climate change. At the 67th session of the UN Commission on Narcotic Drugs, Nurtleu underscored Kazakhstan's efforts in fighting drug trafficking and addiction. The foreign minister pointed out the dangers of synthetic drugs and stressed the need for regional cooperation. He also presented Kazakhstan's initiatives, including the UN Center for Sustainable Development for Central Asia and Afghanistan. Kazakhstan is set to launch at least 40 major investment projects this year. This was announced at a government session led by Prime Minister Olzhas Bektenov and attended by Kazakh Invest national company's top management. Kazakh Invest now supports 200 projects worth a staggering $27.3 billion and promises to create nearly 69,000 jobs. This year's major projects include the US company GE Healthcare's new facility in Astana to produce medical equipment. The American company also plans to run training programs to upgrade the skills of Kazakhstan's healthcare workers. The Swiss company Roche is going to start making cancer-fighting drugs in Almaty, planning to sell them both locally and internationally. An Austrian company, Lassersberger, is setting up to make ceramic tiles, dry construction mixes, and construction adhesive in Astana. The new factory will hire over 200 workers and will help reduce Kazakhstan's need to import these products. According to the latest Human Development Index report by the United Nations Development Programme, Kazakhstan ranks at a very high level of human development, coming in 67th place out of 193 countries. The Human Development Index considers a nation's health, education, and living standards. Kazakhstan has seen improvements across all these areas. Life expectancy is on the rise, reaching 69.5 years. Educational attainment is increasing, with years in schooling reaching 14.8. The report notes that from 1990 to 2022, Kazakhstan's Human Development Index increased by 19.3%. The report mentions some areas for continued focus. Persistent gender disparities need to be addressed. Overall, the UNDP report warns that progress is not being shared fairly, leaving the poorest people behind. This is making inequality worse and causing more political disagreements worldwide. As a result, we are facing a serious stalemate that needs to be addressed right away by working together. This week, Kazakhstan began Nauryz, the grand 10-day series of events celebrating Nauryz. The festivities kick off with the Amal holiday on March 14th, also known as Korusu or the Day of Greeting. This cherished tradition dates back centuries, when people greeted each other after a long and challenging winter, congratulating on a year that passed by. Each of the following days is dedicated to a particular theme. Kazakhstan developed a comprehensive plan for the Nauryz celebrations, with over 10,000 events planned across the country. These events will showcase the nation's rich traditions and cultural diversity. The main festivities are set to take place on March 21st at the Export Exhibition Center in Astana. They will feature a vibrant array of cultural and sports events. The events promise an unforgettable experience that embodies the spirit of renewal, unity, and new beginnings inherent in the Nauryz celebrations. So let's celebrate Nauryz with open hearts and joyous spirits.